Sumesh, baby.
SIRebrum. Their luck's ain't been since quite some time, so what will SIRebrum and what's the young Jordan do? Will Jordan to some point and duels Jordan two-tail of verses wrecking the Jordan 2. I've got a point, let's point a few expansions of this field. The info via point of view, eliminate several point of view from close. So what study your kids that you will never get a point of view. Toe to toe, your naysayers will tip over. I'm here destroying noobs. With verses compact, loaded in stacks, ready to point and shoot. A lily I felt like the game gave me the vertigo, but meaning for all the exploit abuse they brought to the craft, so it's vertigo too. Disbalance you out, I'm looking down on you. I've reached my vertical limit, so you're working at vertical limit. You're the one of tools, so your film's cool, but versus odds, so reject affiliations. I'm not trying to join it, fool. I'm going all out, a 10 out of 10, I'm amounting to beating them like Jerry, making them change and upset like Tom the Cat on these ironic tunes. We all are cynical free will, whether we hack them in chunks or rush to with a sonic boom, beating a mag and I know giving this vote and deciding me got blocked and rather let them poison you. Orienting honest to its walking a tight rope, I just wanna put the poison you. Crack you with these rings, always get these thoughts off you lay down, I'm spoiling moods.
Down the plains of dimness you see a spark rise. No more room for despair, it's gonna be alright. They've been abusing its power, but time was savage. The clock's dead and ticking, it's ours, this is my war cry. Down the plains of dimness you see a spark rise. No more room for despair, it's gonna be alright. They've been abusing its power, but time was savage. The clock's dead and ticking, it's ours, this is my war cry.
I should be spoofing raising labor standards until they be like his parodies will have them laid in caskets. How you gon' carry this rap world over your shoulders with a broken atlas? And if you're not sound for guarding this powers, then how you worthy of golden apples? It's an egg on your face or your body or the all day breaking your way to rally your punches. I'm a long haul ahead for you to make me pushing up daisies. Tom Buchanan, a villainous victim with a green letters life, cause you're stuck in a low with ghoulish panthers. With these lines talking about you till your extreme ends are folded up, that you make it to the headline news. For these lines have been sawn together in a fluid pattern. Denser the lines get denser as my feeler work. I got a connection with these poles of magnets. I grab your shaving mirror, whop your frontal features with it. I taught you rappers these lines bars through making your spit around vocal axis. Expect to winning on the directional gamma waves are wholesome matter. You don't have the heart to soak it in, you're sensitive and raising those who had a mad word. I circle around you and signal this input. Polar patterns should grab a magnum, shoot your mouth off your face, and I say this in a boastful manner. Picture it with frequencies if you did not change your tune. Vocal practice, great roster. I'm no friend of y'all, and this is not some soulful ballad. I choke echoes for your monkey rappers. This pen I cock it to dispose of jackals. Bars and mine are severe. I gray on a ring next, y'all are just some mocking parrots. Fuck a breath of fresh air with his white round smoking daddies, living holes in the middle with his experiments. Polo candies, lyrical paragon, modules, radiance, won't be matched with, get rectangle together facing a ray of heat. Solar panels, better fraction, I can handle its applications like nobody, I'm a total package. Hooking you on the verse like Neville 11 times, elbow hit you wobble stagger. A dragger with no got clutch that locks get scolded. All your backward, club rapper, he'll be OG right now while I'm zaning got colossal cracking for it. The next thing I bet your senses are gone and you will pass no reaction if I'm at your block with a metaphorical radon. Noble gases. Soon as I see text, a rap like bar, some aerogenic, not your average rapper. Every verse is a test that I'm giving it 100%. Donald Bradman.
Down the plains of dimness you see a spark rise. No more room for despair, it's gonna be alright. They've been abusing its power, but time was savage. The clock's dead and ticking, it's ours, this is my war cry. Down the plains of dimness you see a spark rise. No more room for despair, it's gonna be alright. They've been abusing its power, but time was savage. The clock's dead and ticking, it's ours, this is my war cry.
The syllables are scavenged, spitting spooky simile, straight savage. Slash your spouse's stomach into several segments, and so in a simmering sea of sulfuric acid. Split your sibling's spine with a samurai sword. Sadistically slide with a sick mind. For snitching, get stuck with a status like 6'9". SIRebrum, rag and peach your trap beneath you. I'm on catastrophe, pagan geeks. So like a Kyle I'll stab you, heals you, witnessing the action breed when dragons plead. Yet unleash all fantasies that pull out my Japanese slashing meats and make you fat obese that you bleed and all your ankles, knees collapse and keel. My talent seems like Alan Keats. Now lash to me like lambs and sheep. Stop hanging me here, have some weed and let's go strangle these rack MCs. Sing my fangs and teeth them of Japanese. I racks my speech with a Falcon speed and with these rap techniques of fractured beats. Rap techniques of fractured beats.
With these rap techniques I fracture beats.
With these rap techniques I fracture beats. With these rap techniques I fracture beats. With these.
Down the plains of dimness you see a spark rise. No more room for despair, it's gonna be alright. They've been abusing its power, but time was savage and the clock's done ticking, it's ours, this is my war cry. Down the plains of dimness you see a spark rise. No more room for despair, it's gonna be alright. They've been abusing its power, but time was savage and the clock's done ticking, it's ours, this is my war cry. You're stirring up an armed night. Who's hither letting bombs fly and bagging up these dog fights? Decimation is necessary for counterbalance, so you know it's ashes in the stair and now they all die. And I wrote this down so I could bow the ground. I'm done with warnings now. Get aghast with these alarming sounds as I hold you down, taking a soaring bounce and down. Down the plains of dimness you see ya. No more room for despair, it's gonna be. They've been abusing its power, but time has salvaged. The clock's done ticking, it's ours, this is my. Down the plains of dimness you see a spark rise. No more room for despair, it's gonna be alright. They've been abusing its power, but time has savaged. The clock's done ticking, it's ours, this is my war cry.
SIRebrum. This is my war cry. For everyone who tried to trivialize me, welcome to the wilderness.
You see a spark rise, it's gonna be alright, it's gonna be alright. War cry, war cry. Salvage it back, this is my war cry. This is my war cry. Down the plains of dimness you see a spark rise. No more room for despair, it's gonna be alright. They've been